Sup guys, welcome back to another video. If you don't know me, my name is Devine, and in the past 3 years, I mastered the art of cold outbound, experimenting with countless outreach strategies and tools during my time at HubSpot. That experience led me to rank third place in all of North America within the sales department. Now I run a B2B lead generation agency called warmleads.io, helping business owners fill their pipelines with leads using cold email and LinkedIn. And in this video, I wanted to email the top 100 LinkedIn influencers and ask them to give me one piece of advice on how they scale their company. Now, you might be asking yourselves, how did you find those LinkedIn influencers, their email addresses, wrote a personalized email copy, and automated that entire outreach process? That's exactly what I'll be covering today. And if you stick until the end, I'll share with you the formula so you guys can literally just plug and play and see it for yourselves. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So guys, first thing I'm actually going to do is download Instant Data Scraper, which is a Chrome extension which will allow you to scrape any website that's on Google. And for this example, we're going to export this website, which is showing all the LinkedIn influencers with their first and last name, their LinkedIn. So we're going to go to Instant Data Scraper. Once that pulls up, we're actually going to select the first row, which is going to show the first and last name as well as their LinkedIn. So we're going to download that as a CSV file. Once that's downloaded, we're going to go to Clay. And if you guys don't know what Clay is, essentially it's a platform that consolidates all your data and outbound efforts into one tool. So we're going to create a new table in Clay, and we're going to import this as a new CSV file. Awesome, guys. So first thing we have here is an entire column that we just imported into Clay. But we just want to have the LinkedIn showing here. We don't want their first and last name. We'll get that later on. So we're going to click on here, and we're going to go to filter on this column, and we're going to do contains LinkedIn. Awesome. So now we just have their LinkedIns. Now what we want to do is further enrich this data so we can find more information with regards to LinkedIn. For example, their job title, the company they work for, their bio from LinkedIn. All that information is going to be really powerful as we're going to write our email copy. So we're going to add enrichment, enrich person from profile, and we're actually going to rename this to LinkedIn. Awesome. And we're going to go to continue fields, and we're going to run this. Awesome, guys. So now we ran all those rows. What we have is really good information just right off the bat. For example, for Neil Patel, we can see that pulled in his first and last name, his title at his company, the summary of his bio from LinkedIn, projects he's worked on, job counts, all that good information. It's already on Clay. But we want to just put this in a little bit more organized fashion. So we're actually going to pull in some of this data into our table. So we're going to put in his first name, add the column, his last name, add the column. Let's do a school. Add the column. And I think that's pretty good for now. Awesome. Cool. And then let's actually do his company as well, just so we have that. Awesome. So now we have a lot of information about this list. So what we want to do now is just find their email addresses, which is going to be pretty simple. We're going to go to add enrichment, and we're going to do email. And click on work email. And what it's going to do here is actually going to pull in a waterfall enrichment, meaning it's going to look at several different data providers, as you can see here, and it's going to verify to see if it'll grab the email address from one provider, and it's going to verify it against the other one. So really helpful here. So we're going to run all this. Awesome, guys. So we found everything. We found all their email addresses, and it did verify from one provider to the next. But I'm actually going to block that just for their privacy. But this is really good. We found everything that we needed for now, but now we're going to just personalize our email even further. So we're going to go to add enrichment once again. Once we went there, we're actually going to pull in one of the templates that I have pre-built, which I'll be sharing with you guys at the end of the video as well. But we're gonna research just the basic information about this person and what this prompt using Clay Agent is doing. If you guys don't know Clay Agent, essentially it's Clay's data scraper, which is gonna allow we're actually prompting it to go find a piece of information, a thought, leadership that they had about something that they talked about, whether it's in a blog form, whether it's in a video on a website, right? We're essentially prompting it to go do that. And the example we're going to use is their first name, so and then their last name, and their company. We're going to use that as well. So now we're going to apply this template, and we're just going to run the first 10 rows, just see what comes up. Awesome, guys. So it looks like we actually got a good amount of information just on the first 10 rows. For example, we found out that based on Neil Patel, it actually pulled in this website and it talked about how the search for thought leadership content by Neil Patel has led to several relevant outcomes, particularly from marketing podcasts where insights from Neil Patel are frequently shared. So it's kind of talking about like how Neil Patel talked about marketing in one of his podcasts, and it's actually rating this as confidence high, meaning it has high confidence that this is legitimate information. So this is pretty good. We can use this in our email copy, and you guys can see it did pull it for the other providers as well as and other LinkedIn influencers. Excuse me. So we don't want to stop here. We actually want to enrich this even further and find more personalization. One of the things that I had in mind, since we did pull in their school, was actually find relevant information about their school, right? So in this case, I think it's their undergraduate degree, or it might be their graduate degree. But either way, we can find good information just on this, and we're actually gonna do the uni search. So what this is gonna show, it's gonna pull in again. Clay Agent is going and is finding relevant traditions that exist in this school, right? And this is helpful because these people went to this school and is personalizing this email. And what it's gonna do is gonna pull in sort of the tradition, and then we can craft the email copy using everything we just got from this table. So we're gonna put in um, their school. Where is it? Awesome. I'm just gonna run the 10 rows. So guys, while this is still pulling in the information about their school, let's look at the first example just so we find out what it pulled in for Neil Patel. So it looks like Neil did actually go to California State University, Fullerton, and it looks like rubbing the bottom of the Fallon Davis statue for good luck before exams is a tradition. So this is pretty cool. This is pretty unique. We can use this in our email, and it's definitely not something that everyone uses to email Neil. So really good. I'm happy with this. Cool. So now what we want to do is actually just write our email copy, right? So we have enough information to do so. And the example we're going to use is this email copy that I kind of had in mind, where we're going to talk about, hey, first name, that's going to get inputted. Love your content on LinkedIn. I've been following your work on the topic of the thought leadership for a long time. I appreciate everything you do. Would love one piece of advice on how you scale their companies, since I'm just starting out with my business as well. And then we could put PS and then the school personalization that we found. Cool. So now we're gonna go back to add enrichment, and what I actually want to do is prompt ChatGPT to actually write up the email for us. So we're gonna go to ChatGPT. Actually, what we can do here instead, we can go to the templates and do cold email using ChatGPT. Awesome. So what this is going to show is it's essentially it's a pretty lengthy prompt, but it's actually prompting for ChatGPT to essentially consolidate all that information that we just got about these influencers, and then put them into email copy, referencing sort of this framework that I had in mind. So we're going to put in the first name, their school name, and then as far as the result goes, we're actually going to put in the result of the school. Awesome. So we're gonna apply this template and we're gonna run it. Cool, guys. So came back to us with a good personalized email. Let's see what it says. So for Neil Patel, it says, just read your article on sustainable growth on the course website. Love your insights on scaling efficiently while maintaining company culture. Could you share one piece of advice on scaling company from your own experience? I'm at a pivotal point in my entrepreneurial journey and would love your perspective. P.S. Did you ever rub the Fallon Davis statue of California State University, Fullerton for luck before exams? Really good email, and I'm happy with this. I'm super happy with this, and we're going to actually use this email in our outreach as well. And you guys can see it found this exact input for the other example as well. And if we did want to run it for the entire 10 rows and 100 rows, we could definitely do so as well. But just from the first example, you guys can see how easy that was. So from here, you guys can definitely use this email copy in your favorite sequencing tool like Smartly or Instantly, and essentially kick off that campaign to those LinkedIn influencers. I'll be sharing this exact template in the description for you guys, so you guys can check it out and just plug and play for yourselves without having to go through the entire process like I showed you. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Happy to kind of talk about this. If you guys have an easier way and better way of doing this, feel free to let me know as well. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.